Let's take a look at today's headlines all across Houston. Hello, I'm Len Cannon. Travel troubles continuing across the country. At Bush Airport on Thursday, at times it was taking up to 3 hours to get through TSA checkpoints. Staffing shortages causing problems as agents call out due to the partial government shutdown. Our Tracy Bragg talking with passengers.
Yeah, take a look behind me. Right now, things are nice and calm and normal here at Bush. But earlier, when we saw very long delays, we found many passengers very patient and experiencing the 3-hour wait times without any frustration. Lines of passengers stretched as far as the eye could see here at Bush Airport today.
Brutal. Do not recommend.
This as our country reaches its 5th week dealing with a current partial government shutdown, which has forced TSA employees to work without pay.
Yeah, I probably have at least an hour to go, and I had TSA pre-check, and that is currently closed, so we're in the trenches.
Officials say many TSA workers stopped showing up after missing their first full paycheck nearly a week ago.
I empathize with what's going on. I don't blame them. It's an unfortunate situation for everyone, but thank you for your service.
But even as delays reached 3 hours, we found many passengers supporting TSA workers caught in the middle of the stalemate between Democrats and Republicans.
Thank you. I appreciate them for doing this. It's hard, and I appreciate them.
I would tell them, thank you for your service. If there anything I could do, I would try to do it for them.
While also reminding frustrated passengers things could be worse.
Be thankful that we do have people working and taking one for the team. And I mean, otherwise we might not anybody be traveling, right? So just be thankful for what we got. It may take a little extra time. So what? We got time.
We reached out to the union that represents TSA employees, and we've asked them how many employees are refusing to show up for work and what they are telling those employees. So far, we haven't heard back. We'll update you when we hear more. But we have learned here at the airport, here at Bush Airport, that several employees here of Houston airports have actually volunteered to help TSA in this time of need. They're signing up to just essentially help by stacking bins in hopes of helping lines move faster during those busy times. We'll let you know as soon as we learn more. Reporting at Bush, I'm Tracy Bragg, KHOU 11 News.
Doing whatever they can there, tracing things. A mother fighting for her life in a local hospital. Investigators say she was crossing the street when she was hit by a vehicle and the driver kept on going. Her family talking to Anieli Ruiz as they seek justice.
It was Thursday night, March 12th, when 39-year-old Lolita Moore was crossing this intersection off of 1960 and Cypress Station Road when her life changed in an instant. A car hit her and took off.
When she was doing that, she fell, and then a car came and hit her.
Her sister is telling me she had left the grocery store and tripped with her Crocs.
When she fell, she sprained or fractured her ankle, so she couldn't get up as fast as just a regular fall.
They say the driver didn't stop.
What was going through your head? Even when you went home, I'm pretty sure you had blood everywhere on your vehicle.
Lolita was rushed to the hospital with broken bones throughout her body and bleeding in her brain. The injuries were so severe, doctors say she was internally decapitated.
When she came in, her head was not connected to her body.
Yeah.
That's how bad the accident was.
Internally decapitated.
Basically.
Her family says she's lucky to be alive.
Despite the situation, God is a miracle worker, and he worked the miracle for her.
Now, nearly a week later, her family is still shaken, and they're asking for justice. They hope someone will come forward with information, hope the driver who left her for dead will do the right thing.
But for someone to do something and then drive off with a full human being body who has family, like imagine if that was your family, like how would you feel?
Wishing the best for that family. One boy's courage under pressure earned him one of the rarest awards in Boy Scout history. Ron Trevino talking to a teenager from Bel Air who saved the life of his scout leader.
A Boy Scout summer camp in Georgia near the Blue Ridge Mountains 2 years ago. Scout leader David Lemley was on a raft with young scouts from Houston.
There we go.
Going down Class 3 rapids is fun, but dangerous. At one point they hit a rough patch and Lemley falls off. He gets back in the raft.
Ooh, that was fun.
Later, it happens again, but this time his foot is stuck underneath the seat in the raft and the rest of his body is in the raging river.
My waist and head were underwater, and so it's like you're laying on your back across the side of the boat. And my head's just bouncing off of rocks.
He was struggling to keep his head above water. He was choking on water, not for mere seconds, but for several minutes.
I'm fighting to do whatever I can to keep breathing, but I could not get back into the boat to free my leg.
But back on the boat, Devin Champenoy of Bel Air, 13 years old at the time, jumps into action.
You tell yourself, okay, don't panic, don't panic.
Yeah, I took like 3 deep breaths and then acted calmly and safely.
He's able to free Lemley's foot, then some kayakers nearby come and assist.
There's no doubt in my mind, had Devin not stepped forward and released my foot, I was going to die.
Do you feel like a hero?
I didn't feel it at the moment. It was just instinct at the moment. It took a while for me to take the fact that this happened and I saved a life, but I think now I've accepted that.
Devin says he used all his training as a scout, and once Lemley was freed, they still had 20 minutes of rapids to go through. Devin took command and got everyone through it safely. Lemley ended up with a broken foot, but he was alive, and he made sure the Boy Scouts would hear the story. Devin has been awarded their Honor Medal with crossed palms. Fewer than 300 have ever gotten that in the history of the Boy Scouts. There's also a plaque his mom proudly displays.
And I immediately came home and presented it in the living room here so everybody can see it when they come over. And this is where it'll stay.
Is this the day of the incident?
Yeah, this is the whitewater rafting.
It's a trip Devin will never forget. Now he's 15 and going for Eagle Scout. I don't think that's going to be a problem. Ron Trevino, KHOU 11 News.
Super Scout, proud mom. That is a wrap of your Houston headlines. I'm Len Cannon.